Is the universe 13.8 billion years old, as scientists say, or 6,000 years old, as many of the interpretations of Genesis say? Scientists look at the cosmos, they measure something they assumed came about naturally and try to determine the age. Let's take an example. We look at the sun, and what we can do is we can measure today with satellites exactly how much hydrogen and helium is in the sun today. We also know, based on everything coming about naturally, how much hydrogen and helium there was at the very beginning. And we know the nuclear reaction that converts hydrogen to helium, which is what the sun is doing. So we can tell how long it takes to take hydrogen into helium. So if we know how much hydrogen was at the beginning, how much hydrogen is now, and how long it takes to burn that much hydrogen, we can calculate that the sun, if it happened naturally and it started from the beginning, it had to burn for 4.5 billion years to convert enough hydrogen to look like what it looks like today, whatever ratio of hydrogen and helium it has. That's how the age of it is determined. And there's other methods for other areas in science, but they're all similar. You assume everything happens naturally, you measure something, and you wait to see how long it would take. Now in Torah, it's a very different story. In Torah, the timeline is very clear. We have the 6 days of creation, followed by 5,778 years out of 28, as of 2018, because Rosh Hashanah was day 6, Adam's birthday. Adam was made on day 6, and since then we count our Jewish calendar until today. But the Torah assumption is not that things started from the beginning. The Torah says very clearly that things are made ready to use in their final form. That's what "and it was good" in Genesis means. It was ready to use by us. So for example, Adam was not made as a little fetus. He was made as a 20-year-old. The Midrash tells us, but it's clear from Genesis that he was a grown person that could make decisions and sin and so on. The trees in the Garden of Eden that were made on day 6, well, if Adam had cut one down, he would have counted the rings. Let's say there were 100 rings, and it would have looked like it was 100 years old, but it wasn't. It was made that day. So things were made ready to use. In a similar manner, in day 4, when the sun was made, it was made ready to use, meaning with a current composition of hydrogen and helium, which gives you a different brightness and everything else that it did way back if you were to change the composition. So what we have here is science making the assumption that everything happened naturally from some beginning and measuring not the age, but some parameter that it would take that long to appear, like the amount of hydrogen and helium in the sun, which is a correct assumption if you make that assumption. And Torah is saying, no, 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 it was made ready to use. So the scientific measurement is right, the Torah description is right, and it's 6,000 years old. It's just that we're measuring things that would lead you to believe that it's billions of years old.
יהדות TV, טבעי לדעת.